He's a great actor. He's one of my favorite actors. He's fire. But, they don't give the fucking actors the goddamn recognition that they really deserve.
Punisher smashed his face against glass, beat the living shit out of him, and he still looks good. He can still get a date. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm telling you, just to see him do his performance in Glass is gonna be fire.
The Kids' Choice Awards on Nickelodeon were more fair than the fucking Oscars. At least I got to go on Nickelodeon.com and vote. At least I mattered in the fucking choice.
All right, what's going on, guys? This is a new episode of the Power Button Podcast. I am your co-host, Darrin motherfucking Beasley.
And I'm your co-host, J.Meaney.
And today we're going to be playing the same game we've always been playing, Game or Pull the Plug.
Yeah, now in this game, if you're game with the topic that we give you, you're for it. Hell yeah, let's do this shit. If you pull the plug, fuck that. Get it the fuck out of here. You don't like that shit. And our first topic today is Punisher Season 2. Recently just dropped a trailer. And yeah, Darrin, are you game or do you pull the plug on Punisher Season 2?
Well, I'm clearly game on it. 100%. 100% game on this motherfucker. Yeah. I want to see the Punisher Season 2. Absolutely 100%. Jon Bernthal is fire. Fire. In my opinion, he's fire.
Okay, so let me stop you right there and make this a little more interesting. How about based on... Because you love the Punisher, I love the Punisher. How about based on the Punisher, check it out.
Yeah.
Based on the Punisher Season 2 trailer, are you game for that trailer or do you pull the plug on that new trailer?
Okay, right. Okay, so here's the thing about the trailer, right? They fucked up Jigsaw, okay? Now, I understand that Jigsaw, gets his face fucked up. He comes back. He's got scars. He's got the whole thing. And I know they got the scars on him. Like, they're trying to do it right. I understand where they're going with it. But no.
He's got, like, what, 4 of them?
Jigsaw is supposed to look hideous. He's supposed to look so bad that he's hard to look at, like Hellboy. Like, the new Hellboy. He's supposed to look fucked up. And if you doubt what I'm saying, you can look at the comic strips, the comic panels.
Pull it up. We'll pull it up for you. What Jigsaw's supposed to look like.
And it just, you should pull up what he looked like in the last Punisher movie they made. Punisher Warzone, they had Jigsaw in it.
That's right.
And he looked fucked
He looked the way he was supposed to look.
Yeah, he looked fucked up. And then you just see what happened to him at the end of Punisher Season 1. Yeah. Don't you think he would look that fucked up? I mean, this guy's sitting here, he's still a pretty boy. And he still got, it looked like he got in a fight with a couple of cats, a couple of feral cats that scratched the shit out of his face. He doesn't look like someone smashed the shit out of him with glass and shit. Like, no, they fucked that up. But, I mean, other than that, honestly, him kind of cracking and going back into, like, a Punisher state of mind, like killing people and going back into, like, his roots, that is fire. This is not going to be a Punisher about him in the military in his past like the first season was.
This is the Punisher.
This is going to be him being the Punisher yet again. He's going to get his guns and he's going to do his shit again. So and he's going to obviously have to face off against Jigsaw again. So I'm game obviously for another Punisher season, but also this Punisher season in particular and this trailer. I'm definitely game for. Again, Jon Bernthal's fire.
One of my favorite actors.
Yeah, Jon Bernthal,
really is.
Yeah, he is one of my favorite actors, and I feel like he's not appreciated as much as he should be. He can play different roles. He doesn't have to be the Punisher. He doesn't have to be Shane from The Walking Dead. He was
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, he was in Wolf of Wall Street, and he was Fire. He was in Fury. He was. He plays as
the accountant with Ben Affleck. He was great in that movie. Yeah.
And he was in the Sicario. He's in Sicario. And he's Trigon in the animated movie. He voices Trigon, which is hilarious. It's absolutely.
I remember you telling me
hilarious.
about that. That is funny.
That is great. But so he's a great actor. He's one of my favorite actors. He's fire. But they don't give the fucking actors the goddamn recognition that they really deserve. So he's not going to get the recognition that he really deserves. And it's a shame that listen, guys, this Punisher is the only role he has as the main character. throughout his entire career. His entire career, he's never been the main character until The Punisher. And now that he's The Punisher, he's got to season 2, and they canceled that shit. Well, okay, they didn't cancel it. They're going to cancel it. They're going to cancel it. So he's going to have to find something else. I want him to be the main character in the next movie or the next thing that he's in, because he's fire. I think so.
Yeah, they need to utilize his acting skills, like Hollywood. They've seen what he can do. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm totally game on the trailer. I'm game on season 2 of Punisher. I'm game with him being Punisher. Anything. I'm just all around fucking game. I love season 1 of Punisher. Thought it was great. I thought he was great in Daredevil season 2. Our introduction to John Bernthal as Punisher. It was that they were like, you know what? We got to give this man his own series. We got to give him his own whole fucking show. And it's really sad. This is it.
Yeah.
They're gonna cancel after this season. So it's like I was saying with one of my buddies, I want to take my time with this season. I don't want to rush through it because it's like not only is it the last Punisher season, it's the last Marvel Netflix season we're getting in general. This is it. Karen Page is in it, so that's nice. You know, it's the last time I can see her real quick. You know what I mean?
That's Karen Page. Yeah.
As Karen Page, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I thought the trailer was great. I was into it. I like. I don't know who this girl is they showed in the trailer, but that relationship seems like it'd be interesting. And, you know, someone like Frank Castle and her. You know what I mean? They seem to have almost the same background. She was saying in the trailer, I guess her family was like. She was saying like, how would you feel if everyone you love was killed? And he's like you have no idea or something like that. Like it seems like that relationship is going to be like very interesting. Yeah, I'm totally game for this. I agree with him. Like, what is his name? Billy Russo?
Yeah,
is his name? He does not like. Let me pull up real quick a clip of the end of spoiler alert, end of season 1. Let's see what happens to him.
You remember, Bill? You're gonna remember me. No!
Now check that out. Now look what he looks like in season 2. That doesn't add up. Punisher fucked that man up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did.
Punisher smashed his face against glass, beat the living shit out of him, and he still looks good. He could still get a date. You know what I'm saying? He could still go on internet dating, put his picture up, and someone might still find him attractive. Like, he doesn't look that fucked up. You know what I mean?
No,
he should look like Jigsaw. I think he should look way more. I like the mask that he's wearing in season 2. I think that mask is pretty cool. He should probably keep that mask on. I like Billy Russo. I like his character. I like the actor that plays him. So it's like, I'm sure he's going to do great. The performance is going to be great. It's just visually the face that's never going to add up to me.
No.
But am I going to let that
Ruin the season?
Yeah, ruin my view on it? No. I'm sure they have the same actors coming back, same writers, all that. It's going to be great. If you like season 1, chances are you're going to love season 2. So
yeah, and you know what? You know what he could do? Honestly, he said online dating. I feel like he could honestly take makeup and put it over his scars, and you wouldn't even tell.
Look that bad,
You wouldn't even tell he's got scars. Like, dude. Oh, first of all, the scars and the damage he received. Excuse me, I can't. I can't.
Bless him.
The dim. All right, look. You tell me his skin, Wait. His scars on his fucking face. There's no way his scars on his face are skin deep. There's no way, okay? They
don't even line up. They don't even line up with the damage that he took.
They went to his bones. They went to his skeleton, okay? They definitely hit his bones in his face.
Right.
Okay, the scars that he has on the show look like like I said, he got in a fight with a couple of feral kittens. That's what it looks like. And there's no way glass shards went to his bone. Like, no, that's not what it looks like. His face needs to be rearranged.
Even if, like, you took a picture of exactly what he looked like when Frank Castle fucked him up at the end of season 1, then you take a picture of what he looks like in season 2, and you look at him, the scars wouldn't even line up. His face should have way more scars than that. Like, there would be shit that would be missing. It's almost as bad as when they changed Kylo Ren's scar in The Last Jedi. they move that shit from like awkwardly placed to make you look kind of cool across his eye. It's like you can't do that shit. You know.
And
what I mean?
I was talking to some guys at work, and I know some guys at work you'll recognize what I'm about to say. Someone at work was telling me, I think it might have been two people that telling me, they were like hesitant to watch the new season because they know this is the last one.
I can understand that. It's a shitty feeling, man. It really is.
Yeah, they were like, yo, why? What's the point of me watching season 2 when at the end of season 2 there's not going to be any more? I'm like, fuck, you're right, because they're not planning it. They didn't film this as if it's the last season. They didn't film it
Right,
like
so
it's the
it
last
could
season.
end on some fucking weird cliffhanger.
That's what I'm
Wouldn't that
saying.
really hit
That's
you
what I'm
hard?
saying.
Oh, man. That'll piss me off.
All right, we got to get to the next topic.
All right. So the next topic is the new movie Glass. Reviews have been started pouring in for this movie, early reviews. Yeah, based off like the trailers and everything you've been hearing, the movie Glass. Are you game or do you pull the plug?
I'm game. I'm game for, well, okay, well, the reviews are really bad for this movie. Or not, I wouldn't say they're really
mixed.
bad. Yeah,
They're
they're
very
mixed.
mixed.
They're
Very
mixed. So here's the thing, though. I can't remember exactly how well the reviews were for Split.
They were fairly well for Split.
No, they were?
Yeah, that's what got me to watch the movie. Is that
Okay.
they were pretty fucking good for that.
Listen, Split is a fire movie for anyone who's doubting it. Anyone who's doubting it, Split is fire. Now, here's the thing. Let's say you don't really like, let's say you watched Unbreakable, didn't like it. So you're like, I don't want to watch Split. It's a sequel. So it's got something to do with Unbreakable. I'm not interested in it. You should appreciate, and I guarantee you will be entertained by, what's his, Malkovich? John Malkovich? Is that his name?
No. John McAvoy.
Malkovich. Jeez, fuck.
Close though. Yeah.
Malkovich. Performance in Split is top dog. Listen. There's very few actors that pull that type of shit off. Very few actors. The way he did it, he displays, I think, 6 or 7 personalities through that movie.
Oh no, more. Way more.
Well, there's 20 inside of his brain,
Right.
but you don't get to see all 20.
That's true.
You only get to see, I think, 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like when he displays those ones, I'm telling you, there's not a lot of people on this fucking planet that can do it the way he does it. So you might not like Unbreakable. You may not like the concept of Split of the movie, but if you're into acting and you appreciate good acting, you should watch Split. You should watch that fucking movie
And to
because
be
he's
fair-
not playing games in that fucking movie. I tell you that.
To be fair, Split also is not. It is not an Unbreakable sequel. That movie, they're nothing alike. Glass is the Unbreakable sequel. Now, this is very rare thing to happen. Glass is the sequel to Split, and it's also the sequel to Unbreakable. But the Unbreakable and Split, they don't even line up. You would have no idea. I watched that movie, and I had no idea until the very fucking ending.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about Split. Like Split is a diamond in the rough, in my opinion. I haven't seen
Right.
Unbreakable yet. I will see Unbreakable. I don't know if I'll see Glass. Well, no, I will see Glass one day too. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely.
Will I go to the theaters to see this movie? Probably not, because people aren't saying that it's dope as fuck. And on top of people not saying that it's dope as fuck, I haven't seen Unbreakable yet. So am I gonna go see Glass in the theaters when it comes out? What, next week?
This, yeah, Friday.
No.
Not Friday.
Then no, I won't see it. Am I game for it in the sense that I'm glad they made a third? Yeah, I want them to make a sequel to Split.
Right. Yeah.
Just to see. And here's another thing too.
to see him do it
Malfoy,
again.
yeah, to see
him do it
Malfoy
again.
inside Glass. Just to, again, you might not like the series, you might not have seen Split, you might not have seen Unbreakable, but I'm telling you, just to see him do his performance in Glass is gonna be fire. The movie could suck, but just to see him do his acting in that movie is a compelling reason to bring you to the theaters. For me too. But you know what? Who knows? Maybe I'll watch Unbreakable tonight or tomorrow, and then go see Glass when it comes out. Even though the reviews are shitty, just because I want to see him do his performance.
Honestly,
and I want to see more
even
Split.
with your interest in Split, I think that should be enough for you to go check out Glass. You don't have to see Unbreakable to see Glass. It would help. Now, like, kind of a side note here, Blade Runner 2049. He loves that movie. He hasn't seen the original Blade Runner. You don't have. It's one of those movies you don't have to. It would just help.
Yeah.
It would add to it, but no, you don't have to. Like, my opinion, I've seen both Blade Runners. The new Blade Runner is eons above the other Blade Runner, and I do like the other Blade Runner, but it's not that perfect of a movie. It was more of what do they call it?
It's a cult classic.
Cult classic. Thank you. It's like a cult classic. You know what I'm saying? The new Blade Runner is actually a good movie, and you don't have. They set it up in a way where you didn't have to see Blade Runner in order to see the new one. So yeah, I'm game for Glass. I really liked Split. I think it was a great movie. I really liked Unbreakable. I had seen Unbreakable before Glass. So when that moment happens in Split, fucking blew my mind. They put on the theme music from Unbreakable, and it was the theme music that had me going. I was like, wait a minute. Is this M. Night Shyamalan connecting Split to Unbreakable, or is this just a nod? Because he's the director of both. Maybe he's just putting the same theme music. So I kind of I let it go. I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. Then they cut to that, he's at a diner, and Bruce Willis. I was like, you son of a bitch. I can't fucking believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it. It blew my fucking mind. So immediately, as a fan of Unbreakable and a fan of Split, yes, of course, I'm excited for Glass. The reviews came out. Some of them, guys, they're pretty bad. Some of these reviews are pretty bad, but some of them aren't that bad. I looked up, like, the people that I usually watch. I watch Collider, John Campia, Jeremy Johns. Looked into my people that I watch, and they didn't hate it. They thought it was good. So basically what I gather from that is a lot of people, basically the best it can be is a pretty good movie. It's not going to be it's not going to live up to Split, I don't think. But, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll go see it, and I'll be like, you know what? I thought that movie was fucking awesome. I don't know what anyone's talking about. You can't let reviews completely take over your thought of what you think on the movie. They can just slightly guide you. If everybody is saying this movie is complete horseshit, chances are it's probably not that great of a movie.
It's probably horseshit. But if everyone's saying this movie's dope, that doesn't really mean much.
Doesn't mean it's dope. But if people are split, you know, on Glass, some people are saying it's good, some people are saying it's shit. So chances are I might fucking like it. You never know. So I'm definitely gonna check it out this Friday, and I'm gonna do a review on the J.Meaney review. And yeah, that's my thoughts on Glass. I think I'll be able to get enjoyment out of it, even if it isn't the greatest movie. All right, so our next topic, we're going to talk about the Oscars. Not really a game or pull the plug. We're just going to give our reaction, our review, what we think about what the fuck is going on with the Oscars. Darren, what do you think?
Okay, so here's the thing, right? There's no host for the Oscars this year, right?
As far as we know so far.
As far as we know so far, okay? Right now. All right? Now listen, Kevin Hart was supposed to be the Oscars. And let me tell you, yeah, this is going to get a little bit political.
It's all right.
It's going to get a little bit political, okay?
Slightly.
Listen, everyone knows the reason why Kevin Hart is not going to be the host for the Oscars. As if he needed the Oscars. The Oscars needed Kevin Hart far more than Kevin Hart needed the Oscars.
He would have been a great fucking host.
And you know what's even more important when we're talking about this subject? It's not really about who needs who. It's not really about who needs who. We shouldn't even be comparing what is bigger, Kevin Hart or the Oscars. What's more popular, Kevin Hart or the Oscars?
No.
This is about something different, okay? The Oscars, and I'm going to say this, fuck it, I'm not scared, whatever.
That's what we're
the
here for.
Oscars there's a lot of people in Hollywood that are a part of the far left, okay? The far left. Now, the far left are looking up shit about Kevin Hart 10 years ago about a stand-up comedy that he did and the tweets that he put out about him saying that, you know, he's making a joke about his son being gay and he doesn't want his son to be gay, so he's trying to tell him to knock that shit off. And some kid was, like, grinding on him and he didn't know if he should knock both of them over or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Listen, a joke is a joke. It's a joke. It's for entertainment, okay? Plain and simple as that. He already apologized for it, which he never should have.
Years ago.
Which he never should have years ago. Never should have even done that. You don't have to apologize for any joke that you make. Plain and simple as that. Okay, but he did anyway, years ago. He didn't do it again, which is good, which is a good thing. He doesn't have to. The fact that the people at the Oscars, which are obviously a part of the far left, because they're getting offended about tweets that are 10 years old. The tweets are 10 years old, and they're still offended by it, as if he's homophobic or something. They're implying that he's homophobic by what he was saying, okay? Fine. Take it how you want to take it. My point is this. There's going to be actors and a whole bunch of people that are eligible, that fit the prerequisites of hosting the Oscars, that are not going to want to host the Oscars because they know the far left is sitting there with their fucking trophies, and they're going to do background checks on every single host that
Their
they
Twitter
want to
account
have.
open, ready to fucking start going through everything.
On every single host that they want to have on the Oscars. So if I wanted to be an Oscar, let's say Ottawa, if I wanted to host the Oscars, and let's say I was a huge actor, I'd be skeptical because they'd say, "Oh, Darrin, we really want you to host the Oscars this year." I'd be like, "Oh yeah." If I go and say yes, you're gonna turn around and you're gonna pull up this bullshit that I've already been through years ago, and you're going to try to smear me before I even get a chance to host. You realize Kevin Hart didn't even get a chance for the fucking show. This was before the show even aired. The Oscars aren't even out yet, and they're already criticizing a part of his career as if that's relevant to who he is
And you
today.
already know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a fucking stand-up comedian.
Who's
Are you
gonna
that
talk shit.
Exactly. Are you that shocked that he said something offensive?
Yeah.
Kevin Hart? Are you serious? And you're going to pull it from a comedy bit. It's not even like you caught him on video saying it with his friends or something. He did it as part as a comedy skit to make people laugh.
Exactly.
I fucking laughed.
Yeah.
Plenty of people fucking laughed. It was funny the way he did it. And again, like he said, he apologized for it years ago. So for the
shouldn't have
Oscars to come about the side of their fucking neck and be like, hey, you need to apologize for this again because it's being brought up again as a problem,
No.
or you can't host the Oscars. You know what? Good for Kevin Hart for saying, you know what? That's what you think? Fuck it. I don't need to host the fucking Oscars. I'm Kevin Hart. He's Kevin Hart. He doesn't need you. Like,
Yeah. He didn't do that shit, and he should have never apologized again, and he
the
didn't.
second time.
He didn't. So
Right.
that's good.
Like, come on. Like, the host for the Oscars, that's really big. You know what I mean? Like, I get interested in who they got this year to host the Oscars. I liked when Jimmy Kimmel did it. Who else did it? Did Chris Rock do it? Was that the Oscars?
I might have. I think
It
so.
might have been the Oscars that he hosted. I can't remember. He hosted a big
I don't
award
like
show
Jimmy
that-
Kimmel. I don't like him.
You didn't like
hosting
him?
the Oscars.
No?
No, he's a far left.
I enjoyed Jimmy Kimmel, and I feel like it's a bit like Kevin Hart. Let's be real. He would have been a great host for the
Yeah.
fucking Oscars. That would have been great. You know what I mean? And now they're talking about, let's talk about the other subject. Now they're talking about getting the Avengers to assemble for the Oscars, and they're talking about via telecast. So it would basically be on the screen. They wouldn't get all the Avengers up on the stage, which I think would be cool. You know what I mean? That would be cool. You get them all up on the stage, but you know what I mean?
Think
Everyone's
about
saying no to this shit right now.
Yeah. Not to cut you off or anything, but think about this, right? The entire Avengers ensemble team, whatever the fuck you want to call them,
Yeah.
all the actors that make up the Avengers, they don't get nominated for Oscar awards for what they do in the Avengers.
Right.
I'd feel some type of way if I was Robert Downey Jr. I'd be like, listen, I've been doing Iron Man for 10 fucking years, and I'm a good actor. He's a good actor, especially if you see in Civil War and Infinity War. It's not just
Best
listen,
performances, yeah.
you're giving these Oscar awards to these movies that are just not action movies. There's nothing wrong with an action star getting an Oscar
Right.
for what they do. Like, if you see Tony Stark in the movies Iron Man, like, he's a good actor. It just because he's playing Iron Man doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve an Oscar. I understand with most movies like that, I understand that it falls short of movies where it's really predicated upon how good the actor is during the movie.
Did all
like a
the
movie like
nominations
Split.
come out yet? All the nominations for the Oscars?
I have no
Do you
idea.
think Infinity War will have any sort of nomination with the Oscars?
I highly doubt it.
What about Black Panther?
I highly doubt it.
Highly doubt it.
Highly doubt it.
I feel like one of those movies deserves something from the fucking Oscars. Didn't Suicide Squad even win an Oscar? They did. Won an Oscar for best makeup. I mean, woohoo.
Okay, but we're
something.
talking actors, like actors,
actual
performance.
actors winning something. Yeah, I feel like also again Infinity War.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Josh Brolin's performance as Thanos. You know what I mean? Fucking.
Well,
You don't think that would count
no,
because it's.
animated.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
They have animated. That'd be weird though. They have animated categories.
Yeah, they
but
need
it would
to-
be weird to throw Thanos into an animated category.
Well,
Yeah,
but that's where he belongs. I feel like he
Think
doesn't
so?
belong with the live action actors. There's a difference. I think it's the same argument what people were
he should
saying
win some
about.
sort of award then. I think. Even
Yeah,
if
I mean,
you know what I
he
mean
could.
for
I mean,
his performance as
he was-
Thanos. Yeah.
He was a good. He did good as Thanos. Yeah, absolutely. But I honestly feel as though, again, and I have to give it to Robert Downey Jr. for that movie.
His performance.
If anyone's going to win an Oscar in that movie, it's Robert Downey Jr. And same with Civil War. It's Robert Downey Jr. Like those two. Thor did a really good job.
I would
Chris
even lean
Hemsworth-
towards Chris Evans, Captain America, even in Civil War. I would lean towards giving him something for that. His performance in Civil War was also up there. I think him and Robert Downey Jr. both did dope. We didn't really get to see that much of Captain America in Infinity War. What he did was good.
Chris Hemsworth in Infinity War was
Oh yeah,
up there.
definitely his performance, the emotion he brought. I just remember that scene of him sitting there with Rocket, basically talking about what else do I have to lose.
Yeah.
That scene alone, you know what I
That
mean?
shit's
should have been
legit.
nominated. Yeah, his performance in that was great.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but again, here's the thing. Here's my opinion on the Oscars in general. Since day one, since I came out the womb, how I feel about the Oscars. Listen, I don't really give a shit about the Oscars because you guys, the Oscars overlook great acting. And I was just thinking about this the other day.
And
If
great
you're
movies.
if you're an actor in today's age, or no, I'm not even going to say today's age. Since the dawn of, since I could actually remember anything, actors get overlooked. And they get they're just not appreciated as much as they should be. Like for example,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio
Number
won his
one
first,
on my list of that shit. Like, holy fuck.
he won his first Oscar at The Revenant. Okay, what the fuck is that? He's been in these movies for over 20 years. He wins the first one at The Revenant. I'm not saying that movie was shitty. I'm not saying that
he deserved
yeah,
that.
he deserved
definitely,
that.
But
the Titanic? He's in the Titanic.
let's just say this: Titanic and Revenant, everything in between. You're telling us he didn't get an Oscar for
Yeah, that's
roles that he would play. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
bullshit. And then even Split. We're just talking about Split. Like, how are you gonna not give him anything? Black Mass,
Yep,
Johnny
James
Depp in
McAvoy.
Black Mass when he played as Whitey Bulger in that
Yep,
movie.
yep.
You mean to tell me he doesn't get a nomination? So here's my opinion. Fuck the Oscars. I don't give a shit who wins the awards. You guys don't seem to recognize really great acting. You really don't. You're picking these people I've either never heard of or never watched the movie before. You're not going to put some of these actors who are absolutely tremendous and who are killing it. You're not going to pick them. You're going to pick something else. You guys are overly political. You're far left. You're casting out Kevin Hart. You're scaring away other
they have
actors.
some sort of agenda, and they shouldn't.
That's what
when
I'm
it comes
saying.
to these movies.
They're
They really shouldn't.
they're
It shouldn't be
scaring
like
actors.
that. It should be strictly about the art and these movies. That's what the Oscars should be about. And they have some sort of agenda, and there shouldn't be any sort of agenda really behind these Oscars besides, like I just said, the art of the movie and greatness. Like, yeah, it's just amazing. Like I just said, Leonardo DiCaprio is like almost the number one example of why the Oscars are just like.
They're bullshit. They gave the fucking Django Unchained. They gave Waltz. What's his name? Dr. King Schultz.
Yep, I'll pull his name up.
The
right here.
actor is Christopher Waltz.
Christopher Waltz, that's his name.
Yeah.
Brilliant actor. Oh
they
my god.
gave him the award over Leonardo DiCaprio. Here's my opinion. Obviously, Christopher Waltz is a tremendous actor.
But not over Leo in that movie.
If you watch Django Unchained, Candyman in that movie is top. He's top dog. The movie shifts when he's on screen. He's literally
that
not
scene
even
alone.
in
That scene alone when he cuts his hand. That scene alone. With that scene alone, when they're having dinner and he cuts his hand, he rubs the blood on her face. Like, for those of you who don't know, that was an accident. He didn't mean to cut his fucking hand open, but fucking Quentin Tarantino was like, hold up. keep the cameras rolling. Keep the cameras rolling. Let's keep this going. Everyone stayed in character. In fact, everybody should get a fucking nod for that scene because everyone stayed in character. Leo kept it on, and he
You're
played
gonna
that whole
give it
scene
to
out.
Christopher Waltz?
His hand was cut open. Like, fuck everyone else. Like I said, yeah, let's give them a nod, but they're not in pain.
Right.
He cut his fucking hand open and he kept that scene going. And that was a brilliant scene. That's a memorable scene from that movie. And you're absolutely right. How the fuck did he win it over Leo?
It's
Leonardo DiCaprio.
bullshit. It's bullshit. So the Oscars, in my opinion, are bullshit, and I don't really care. I haven't watched the Oscars in. I've never watched the Oscars one
Really?
time
Wow.
in my life.
That's crazy.
I've never seen them. I've never seen them.
I do check it out every year. And like I was saying before, one of the big things for me is who's hosting it. I think that's a big part of the Oscars for me. And I like to see like who won these awards, who got nominated, you know what I mean? But it's like at the end of the day, I have a whole bunch of favorite movies of that year that fucking maybe might not have even got a nomination. Not even a nomination. Like so far, I'm keeping my eyes out for these Oscar nominations, and I don't think Infinity War or Black Panther has got one.
And I'm talking actor's performance. I'm not talking Best Picture. You know what I mean? Like Logan, Hugh Jackman in Logan. That's nothing. He doesn't even get nominated for his
Blade Runner.
performance.
Blade Runner. Another one.
Fucking Blade. Don't. You know what? No, I don't.
You should make a whole fucking video on that. Darrin Unfiltered.
I'll flip the fuck out.
Honestly, you should make a video on that. That movie's brilliant.
Listen, the Oscars are bullshit. If you appreciate acting, don't watch the Oscars. Just watch the movies that people are talking about. Watch Split.
Form your own opinion.
Watch Split and form your own opinion. Watch that movie fucking Split, Black Mass. Watch Logan, see the actors' performances in those movies, and be like, that is good acting. Watch The Departed and watch Leonardo DiCaprio in The Departed, and that's good fucking acting.
And while you're watching all these and Split and The Departed, remember that Leonardo didn't win an Oscar until The Revenant. Remember that James McAvoy didn't win an Oscar for his performance in Split. Remember that as watching these. It's like
bullshit.
Yeah, they just it's
Full of
whatever
shit.
artsy fartsy fucking movie came out that year is probably what's gonna win the Oscar. It's these artsy fartsy movies. That's what I call them. You know what I'm saying?
Whoever's picking who wins the awards is absolutely out
it's
of
not,
their
yeah,
fucking
it's not
mind.
a fucking vote. I mean, the Kids' Choice Awards on Nickelodeon were more fair than the fucking Oscars. At least I got to go on Nickelodeon.com and vote. At least I mattered in the fucking choice.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
seriously.
But yeah, we've gone on. That's
Probably
our
for a fucking hour.
that's our thoughts on the Oscars. You know what I mean? This whole thing. If the Avengers do some sort of telecast, I think that's cool. Whatever if they don't have a host, but them not having a host just shows how fucking ridiculous the Oscars can be.
Yeah.
All these people are turning you down because they don't want their fucking shit digged up from when they were 16 years old. The shit I said when I was 15 years old, I'd be prosecuted for in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
And it's really sad we live in that age. It's just such
Far
a
left.
sensitive age we live in, isn't it?
Far left.
That's all we got today on the Power Button. Be sure to check out Darrin Unfiltered every Saturday. Be sure to check out the J.Meaney review and check out the Power Button every Tuesday here on the channel. And if you have any topics that you want us to cover, anything you want us to cover, any questions you have, send them to thepbutton@gmail.com. One more time, that's thepbutton@gmail.com. Send them in. We'll definitely check them out. And yeah, come join the conversation.
Absolutely. Until next time,
Peace out.
peace out, motherfuckers.